Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, here we were able to successfully get user all the data and this user related all the repositories, right? Which is totally fine. But if you refresh this page, so they have all that our demo text, right? So that is a demo text. I want to remove this demo text here for the first time. That will be as a totally empty. If you want to do that work, that is in our HTML. Right now, go to that our HTML, that is index.html, and into this index.html here, before I have already take all the data, right? Here you can see I have already take this repo, and also I get our images portion. You can see there is the images div, right? Which is totally fine. Right now I want to do, that is our div is started and then div is ended. So before after this I want to remove everything. I simply remove it. And also there is a repos, and after that repos, that is our repos. Okay, there is two repos. I select it. You can see there is a div, one div I remove it, and also there is another one I remove it because I have already take it. Right now, if you make it as a click as a save all, now go click as a refresh. Yeah, you can see it's totally clean. But right now there is a repos I want to do that have also the user details. Okay, this part here I want to use one of the style. Okay, style, and I want to make it as a display none. Okay, display will be as a none. So now then that will be actually totally clean. Click as a save all. Now go there. Now refresh. Now you can see it's totally clean. Here we have to do, when you search one user to the another user, then I want to do and to load on of the loading. Okay, and also if you make it as empty, okay, for the empty, if you click as enter, then that will be display on of the error. Into the console, if you go into the console, it should be display some of the error. You can see it's display some of the error. Here we have to prevent it, and also if you make inappropriate one of the user, click as a enter. Now you can see it's creating another error. So step by step we will also solve it. Okay, step by step we'll solve it. Now right now it's totally clean. So first of all, I want to solve our empty option. Okay, that means when that will be the empty, and if you click as a enter, then that will be not display any error. Here we have to prevent it because this field not should be as a empty. Okay, I have already discussed about that things with you before, how to do that work with using that length, right? With the length property we can actually manage it. So now I want to do, that is in our which place I have done. If you go to our index and do the index, that is all that our user, and then you can see that is actually all that our details, right? Here I have already get everything, and there is our search, everything data. There is a find another ID, which is totally fine, right? I want to do here, I want to put another condition. Okay, and also right now we don't need this console log. Here I want to remove this console log, and also I remove this console log. Okay, I simply remove it. Great. So I want to put another if condition. Okay, I put some of the if condition, and into this if condition area, here I have already get everything with this profile, right? Here you can see there is a profile. So now when this profile, and into this profile I want to run our property as a length property. Okay, length property, and with this length property, when it should be as a greater than 0. Okay, when it should be greater than 0, then that will be get all the data. That means then it will be executed. I simply cut it from to this position, and now I want to do and to paste it in here. So right now our length should be as a 1. Okay, so now with this condition we can able to protect it successfully. I hope friend it's very clear. Now I want to solve our another issue. Like here, if you pass inappropriate one of the name, like if you go and in particular that position, if you pass inappropriate one of the username, click as a enter. Now you see it's now display as a message as a not found. Okay, now I want to access our this object property as a message. I want to do, that is a username, right? It should be checked with the username. I want to add another if condition here. Step by step process. I hope friend you understand every part, and as I told you, you have to practice it. You have to check this video, and also you have to practice it. Then that will be, everything will be more clear to you. Okay, so now with this profile, because here I have already get all that our user data, there's a profile, and with this profile I want to access our property name as a message, right? Here you can see there is a message. I want to copy it, then that will be our message. Great. And in here, when that will be the equal, sorry, here I want to do when that will be the equal, then I want to display on the string value as a not found. Okay, I make it as a not found. This type of one of the messages will be displayed. Here you can also add another HTML tag. I have in our index there have also another HTML tag. You can see there is another div as a user not found. You can also load it in here else. Okay, else it should be what? Else it should be get our this total user profile data. Okay, so this profile data I have already take it. Now I cut it from to this position and then here I paste it. Okay friend, I hope every part is very much clear to you. So it's very simple, all that process step by step. So here first of all it will be check the length. When it will be get this length, which is totally fine, it will be display our username, the profile username, everything. Okay, that means repository, everything it will be display. Then I put another condition, it will be check our message when that will be as a not found, because here I have already get some of the things. You can see there is a not found. Okay, when that will be as a perfectly match, then that will be executed something else. That means they have already one of the data. So then for the reasons here it will be get that user profile, all the repository, and also it will be get that profile data. Okay, so that is our else part. And into the if part, as I told you, if you want to load this div, what exactly you have to do, there is one of the class name as a not found, right? Here we have to get this with the query selector. The same procedure I want to do in our index. Okay, into the index, that is our total find, right? When that will be as a not found, I want to load it. That means here we have to get this data. There is a documents and then the query selector, and into this query selector here we have to get that our class name as a not found. And also here I want to pass one of the style. Okay, style, and then the style display and display I want to do before I make this display, I make it as a display none. Right now I want to make it as a block. Okay, I want to make this display will be as a block. Okay, block. Great. So here that's all. Now that should be display. If you now click as a save all, now go there. Now let's check this out. Click as a refresh, and now here I put inappropriate some of the name, and after that if you click as a enter or click as here, it's not working. If you go to that inspect, I want to check it, go to that console, its references as a profile is not defined. Okay, in promises its display as a profile is not defined. That means if you go here, I have already put that length. You can see I have actually added that profile length. That will be not that profile length, that will be our field as a username, right? So that means that it will be as username, and this username length will be is equal to greater than as a 0. Okay, then that will be get this data, because here I have already protect this field. Like this field must have to be one character, which is totally fine, and then that will be same. Then let's check this out. Click as a save all, and now if you go, I want to refresh it, and now I want to put inappropriate some of the name. Click as a enter. Yes, you can see now it's perfectly get our user not found. Okay, which is totally fine, because here and that means when that will be message will be as a not found. Here I have already checked it. There is one of the API message, right? There is a message when that will be as a not found equal be when it should be match. Then it should be get this data as a document query selector with the not found style display. I make it as a block. Okay, before if you go in here, that is our class name as a not found, and style before that was as a display none. Right now I have changed it. I make it as a block for the reasons it's perfectly get. That means when that will be as inappropriate, then that will be display as a user not found. And now I want to display, that means when you access any user first time, that will be loaded on of the loading. Okay, here if you go to your index.html, into this index.html, that is one of the loader. You can see that is one of the div. Okay, into this div I have already loaded one of the loader. Now I want to display it, so that will be the same process. By default I make the display as a none, and that is our class name as a loader. Now I want to take it. If you want to take it, that is in our index. Okay, into the index, that is our on the length, which is totally fine. And after that that will be display that username, right? Before that username, I want to first of all get it, that will be as a document. Okay, document, and then the query selector. With this query selector, I want to take this class name, right? I hope you already know about this part. That is a class name as a loader. I copy it, then that will be as a loader. Great. So I want to also add the same things as a style. Okay, style, and then the display. I want to make this display as a block. Okay, that will be as a block. Great. And also when it will be get that user data, here I want to make it again as a none, because that this loader then should be display, right? After that user, here I want to update it, then that will be again changed as a none. Okay, I make it as a none. Great. Okay friend, I hope it's very much clear to you. And when this loader will be loaded, before this getting this name, I want to also don't display any information, right? If you want to close it, that means if you go to our index, into this index, there is also the search option, and then there is user details. Okay, so these user details also I want to make it as a none, because here when it should be get this user data before this, that will be totally clean. Okay, for the reasons here I better copy it, and here I paste it. So our class name as user details, this user details I want to make it as a none. Okay, which is totally fine. And also I want to do there is a repository, and there is a not found also I want to close it, but that means here I also want to make it as a none. I copy it and then I paste it, and then that is our class name as a not found. I copy it, that will be as a not found will be as a none. Great. But when it will be perfectly get that data, that means after that when it will be get that user data, which is totally fine, then our loader will be as a none. Great. And also when that will be perfect, else when they have any inappropriate user, then that will be display our not found. I have already tested, and when that will be put appropriate username. Okay, appropriate, for the appropriate username, here I want to display all that our user. Okay, if I have already make that user details as a none, here now I want to make it as a block, because here when that will be perfect, when it will be get appropriate user data, then I want to update it in here. Okay, in that will be obviously as a block, because I want to display it, right? I want to display it, for the reasons here I make it as a block. I hope friend it's very clear. Every part is very easy. Okay, so here it will be first time that I make some of the div as a block and the none, and when it will be get that appropriate user data, our loading will be not display, and when it will be not matched, then our div, that means not found div, will be loaded. Else, that means if they have appropriate data, then that will be displayed as a profile, and for the reasons here in our user details I make it as a none. So for the reasons here right now, when that will be get that profile data, our this style display will be updated as a block. Great. Now let's check this out. If you now click as a save all, now I want to go click as a refresh. Okay, now I want to search with our username. What exactly that username as a Andrew, right? I will copy it. I want to search with the Andrew. Now click as a enter. You can see it's now successfully get that user data, and also loading is loaded, and there is CSS is missing here. There is a block, right? Here we have to change it. So here you cannot use that block. Here you have to use it as a flags. Okay, then our CSS will be appropriate. I make it as a flags. Now save all. Now go there. You can see that the div is missing. Now click as a refresh, and now to search with the again Andrew. You can see now that is perfect. It's perfectly get our user all the data, and also it's loading. Our loading is working. And if you search with the easy learning BD, okay, BD, and now I want to search with this user, you can see loading is loaded, and then that is perfect. When it will be get this data, our loading is totally gone. For the reasons here I make it, when it will be perfectly get that user data, then our loading will be as a none, that means none. Okay, which is totally fine. And if you put an appropriate username, search it, you can see loading is loaded, and then user not found is loaded. When it will be get that user not found, you can see after that is our when that will be as a match, then that will be display as a not found will be as a block. Great. I hope friend every part is very much clear to you, and here we successfully complete our total everything for our this project. So that is one of the API project. I hope you like it very much. Okay, you can search everything as per your demand. great. Our loading, everything is great. Okay, here we successfully done this job. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.